Hello and welcome to the first annual Rockies. That's the award show where I show you my favorite tumbled stones. The first category, stones that make me think of the American Southwest. So check this one out here. I bought this from my local rock shop in Austin. I don't remember what they called it. As you can see, it didn't take a great mirror-like shine. However, the pattern and colors really make me think of the American Southwest. So this one wins the Rocky for the most southwestern looking rock. Our next category, quartz rocks with the best shine. This one I tumbled, a couple of years ago. Pretty sure I turned it into a video. I was just amazed at how well it tumbled and polished. And ooh, look at that. It actually has a little rainbow effect there. You see that? I didn't notice that before. That's quite pretty right there. The lines really are interesting too. It's like a banded quartz. As you can see, the polish on this was really good. And normally quartz, it's okay, but it's not like this. So this is some very special quartz. It took a long time to get it tumbled this smoothly. And of course, several days in the vibratory tumbler. But I think the result earns it this award. Our next category, best agate that I collected here near Austin. This one is beautiful. We find these in our local rivers all the time, actually. I don't even know what we can call this type of agate. It's just beautiful though. And it took a really good tumble and shine. It looks like a bunch of clouds. You see that? Yeah, that's really pretty. I was very happy with the way it turned out. Again, the shine was excellent on this thing. As I recall, I had to tumble this one for a couple of months to get it this smooth. As you can see, it's a rather large specimen. But I think the results speak for themselves, and it has earned its place on the podium. The next category is Best Tumbled Thunder Egg. I've got two here. This is the smaller one, which I'm gonna say is a second place. I'm not gonna give this one the award. It's not quite flawless. Look at that there, that bugs me. But the waterline banding on the inside, you see as I roll over here? Oh, that's really cool. You got the darker chalcedony there. I like that. But the winner of the category is this one here. This is a thunder egg that I tumbled and polished. I really like how the rhyolite shines. I think that's great. And the beautiful chalcedony with great waterline banding there. You got the broader lines up here, then the finer ones down there. And even that rhyolite. Interesting stuff. So this one wins the category of Best Tumbled Thunder Egg, and this one's the runner-up. Our next category is banding density on a rock. Look at this beauty here. It is just loaded with bands. They are everywhere. Wow. It's not a flawless tumble. It's close, but not perfect. Still, look at all that banding. How can you not be excited about a rock like this? I forget where I got this one. I think I bought it from a Facebook seller, but I'm not 100% sure. I know I didn't collect it. Wish I had, though. Would have been a good one. Definitely a winner. Best banded shirt is our next category, and I have three contestants here. All three of these are beautiful. This is so common around here in Central Texas. And as you can see, once you get them tumbled smoothly, they polish very nicely, and you end up with a great pattern all around these things. You could just get lost in there. Banded shirt. Which one wins? Ooh, maybe this one here. Let's see. It has that X right there, which is cool. So, the winner of the category Best Banded Shirt is going to be, oh gosh, I don't know. This one over here is really nice too, and it's got a great shine. I'm going to give it to, I think this one here. This will win the category Best Banded Shirt because it does have an outstanding shine. I like that pattern. Yep. This one's the winner. For the category Best Color of a Tumbled Stone, it boils down to these two here. This one on the left is Royal Imperial Jasper. It's a really beautiful shade of green, and it's got that creamy white stuff on it as well. You can see it has banding in there. Super cool. Look at that. Great color. Then there's this amazing looking rock here. I don't know what this is. It's probably some kind of jasper. I don't know. But the shade of that red, or should I say the reds, are just beautiful. Look at that. So for best color, let's go with, I'm going to go with the green. We've got more red coming up. Green is more unusual, and this one is pretty spectacular. So this one wins the category. For best color in an agate, I like these two here. We've got this one with its blue. Look at the blue in this one. Isn't that beautiful? It has that celestial look to it right there. So pretty. Great tumble, great looking rock. And then we've got this one with this red and pink. Look at that on top there. That's pink. And the formations within that, ooh. Wow. I like both of these rocks. Which one should win for best color in an agate? I think we'll go with, stick with the blue. Like I said, we've got a lot of red rocks. We don't get that many blue ones. So this one wins best color in an agate. The next category is most exotic rock from another country. This one here is Hertfordshire pudding stone that I found in England. I was over there metal detecting and picked this piece up, brought it back home, spent many, many weeks tumbling and polishing it, and this is the result. I just love those little chert cobbles within there. Or they could be flint. They're probably flint since it's over there in England. Took a really good shine. Not a flawless tumble. There are some areas that just did not get smooth for me. But overall, wow, what a stunner. Definitely deserves the win. For the category Best Exotic Jaspers, I've got these three from which to choose. Yeah, that's really pretty. Look at that. Nice pattern there. Ooh, look at this one here. Great pattern there, and nice colors. And then, speaking of great patterns, I like this one. It has a scale on it, like a fish scale. You see that? That's really interesting. So for the best exotic jasper, let's go with, let's see. I think I'm going to go with this one. I like this one a lot. I think the pattern's beautiful. It's a great tumble too. That's the other thing. I have to consider that as well. I believe it's a flawless tumble. I'd have to look at it closely, but I don't think it has any imperfections on it. And it's just a good looking rock. These aren't bad, but this one wins for the most exotic jasper. Now for the category Coolest Rock, which didn't take a mirror-like shine. Check this one out here. Pretty interesting on that side, but look at this side here. Ooh, that's fun. You see it's got the calcite in there, so it's not going to take the mirror-like shine. But it's beautiful, right? That pattern, sure. Those colors, yeah, this one deserves the victory. Our next category is a little esoteric. It is best piece of amethyst that has some really cool stuff going on the inside. Watch as I rotate this one around. Ooh, wow. Look how that just sparkles in there and gives us all the colors of the rainbow. It's a very fractured piece on the inside, but I think that's what gives it its magic. Isn't that fun? Yeah, best piece of amethyst with something cool going on the inside. And this one's the winner. Okay, our next category is best piece of just chert that took a really good tumble and polish. This one wins that category. As you can see, it's got a great polish on it, and the tumble looks really good. I like how it has this little fault line right there. You see that crack? I call it a fault line because you see it looks like it shifted something right there. I don't know if that's what happened, but it's interesting. Yeah, great reflection on that one. Clearly a winner. It's time for another very specific category. This time, best piece of orbicular jasper that also has some really cool chalcedony in it. And the winner is this one here. I like the little lake we have right there. You see the color fade in that from the gray to the orangish yellow, maybe even a little pink in there. I find that really cool. Overall, the pattern's just great on this thing. Sometimes these pieces of orbicular jasper can really be stunning, and this one certainly is. Our next category is always a fierce competition, and that is best fossil rock. I have these two here. The one on the left, I'm not even 100% sure it is a fossil, but I think it is. You see it has those little channels in it there that I believe are some sort of fossilized creature. Not 100% sure, but I think it is. It's probably a coral. Took a great shine, as you can see. It's cool. The other one is this one. This was one of the very first rocks that I got tumbled and polished when I got into this sport, and I was so happy the way it turned out. I found this along a local river. I saw that it had all those little turritella type fossils in there. Got it back home, got it tumbling, and then got it polished. Now, a lot of times we find these fossils in a limestone rock, which never takes a polish like this. So this had the right kind of matrix that allowed it to get this shiny. And it has so much life, well, past life going on the inside. So for the category of best fossil rock, I got to give it to this one here. Yeah, this one wins easily. I know this next category is one you've all been waiting for. It's best piece of petrified wood. And check out these two. These are two of my very favorites. This one is gorgeous, and it has a, well, could be a flawless tumble. Well, there's that little issue right there, but otherwise, what a stunner. And then the polish, these pieces of petrified wood, when they are hard like this one, they can take an amazing shine. And then there's this one. This is petrified palm wood. Now that is a beautiful grain inside there. And notice the shine on this one as well. Heck, this one may be a flawless tumble. I think it is actually, now that I'm looking at it. Well, nope, look at that. There's a little spot right there, a little soft spot right there. Which one of these will win the award for best piece of polished petrified wood? I'm going to give it to, I've got to go with the palm wood. I think this is just stunning right there. Look at that. That's beautiful. So this one wins. Our next category is one of my favorites. It's best looking rock that has a metallic reflection. Check these two out here when I roll them like that. Wow. These are pretty special. Let's start with this one here. That is pyrite? I gotta think it looks like gold, although I know it's not really gold. But it has that amazing gold reflection. I don't remember where I got this rock. I think it was just from a batch of tumbling rough that I bought off the internet. Had no idea this is what it was going to look like once I started tumbling it. And I could not begin to tell you what this is. Hopefully there's a geologist out there who can identify it. Great metallic shine. Then there's this one. This has been one of my favorites for a long time. You see that metallic reflection there. But in addition, look at all the other stuff that's going on in this rock here. Wow. What a beauty, right? So, who wins the award for Best Rock with a Metallic Shine? This is tough. I like them both. I'm going to go with this one here. I think this wins the award. That pyrite, as I'm calling it, is just awesome. Yeah, so this one wins the award. Now it's time for everybody's favorite, Best Moss Agate. Ooh, look at these two. These are both beautiful. Which one wins the award for Best Moss Agate? This one we've got, wow, lots of red and orange and gray. Ooh, look at that. Aren't these moss agates beautiful? Yeah, that is some good looking stuff. And then there's this one here. Check this one out. Now we've got a lot more of that gold and orange mossiness that we find so often out there in West Texas. Got a little bit of banding in there. Both very nice. Which one wins the award for Best Moss Agate? I'm going to go with... This is tough. I'm going to go with this one here. I like this face especially. I think that's just stunning. So this one wins the award for Best Moss Agate. Well, you've made it to the final award of the night. That is Best Overall Agate. Now, these are the 5 finalists that I picked out. Let's take a look at them here. What do we think? This one is pretty. Look at the banding right there. Ooh, more of it there. And then we have the cloudiness up here. Tiny dendritic feature there. That's nice. That's one. Let's look at this one next here. Ooh, more of that cloudiness in there. Wow, look at this. Okay. That is super. I love those little bubbles right there. Oh, and the waterline banding. Look at that. Whoa. Oh, okay, I see how that works. There's the banding there, and this is what it looks like with it angled like that. That's pretty special. Let's look at this one. This was just recently finished. I remember including this in another tumbling video. I think it was one of the rock-off tumbling videos. And why I like this one so much is not so much for this face here, but for this. I think that is stunning. I love how those little round pieces of, I guess that's the original skin of this thing, the host rock that remained after the coarse grit. I love how it just contrasts with that very clear, well, not clear, but translucent chalcedony. Yeah. That size not bad either. 2 more. What do we think here? Ooh, let's look at this one. Wow. If you ever get a chance to go back and look at my very earliest videos, which I know would be almost impossible. I think I have over 1,200 up now, but I believe I used this very rock just to see how the videos would look. I was trying a 4K video. I think I was wearing rubber gloves, and I wanted to see what it would look like. So I made a quick video of my favorite agates. I'm pretty sure this was one of them. I bought this from the local rock shop in Austin called Nature's Treasures, and I cannot remember what type of agate it is, but wow, it is a stunner. And the last one, this one I remember very vividly. It's the Black River agate from Argentina. I made this into a tumbling video, maybe you saw it. It took a long time to get this thing flawless like this, and I'm confident this one is flawless. The banding is just superb. Look at that. It doesn't have the color, though, of the last one, but it has certainly got the best tumble and a phenomenal shine. So these are the finalists. Who wins the best agate? That's the award everyone wants. I would say I'm going to rule out this one. Wow. I'm going to rule out, I guess I'll rule out that one. This is getting tough. Oh. Okay, I guess I'll rule out that one. We're down to these two, and I kind of figured it would end up this way. This one on the left is pretty spectacular. It has color and amazing patterns in it, even some quartz right there. This one's just the perfect rock, in my opinion, the perfect tumbled stone. So, who wins the prestigious best agate of the night? I'm going to go with, it's close, but I'm going to go with this one. I'm picking a perfect tumble over one that has more color. I just love that. What nature can do is amazing. So this one, the Black River agate from Argentina, wins the best agate of the night. One more bonus award for you. I also do a lot of face polishing. I do a lot of face polishing videos, and I turned this one into a video, and it's my favorite face polished stone. Check it out. You saw earlier we were looking at some of that shadow banding, that effect that you saw on that Black River agate from Argentina. This one has a lot of it. Look at it there. That's interesting. It goes from white, well, light to dark. I love that. So this is one of my face polished agates that I turned into a video. Hopefully you saw it. It wins the Best Face Polished Agate Award. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the first annual Rockies. It's probably not as prestigious as the Emmys, the Golden Globes, the Oscars, the Tonys, the Grammys, but maybe one day it'll achieve that status. In the meantime, I sure appreciate you watching. These are some of my favorite tumbled stones. I've been doing this for a couple of years now, and I thought you might be interested in seeing what I enjoy seeing. Thanks again so much for watching. I appreciate it.